From the back, starting 26th out of Tucson, Arizona. Card number 0J. This is Jake O'Neill. And on the inside of the final row from Justice, Oklahoma. Card number 91. This will be Big Daddy, Joe Duvall. On the outside of the three wide row number 8. The 21K out of Madrid, Iowa. This is Downtown, Kyle Brown. In the middle of row number 8, the number 99L out of River Falls, Wisconsin. Starting 23rd, it's Steve Lavasser. Inside of the 8th row in car number 12, he's a multi-time series champion out of Salina, Oklahoma. Jason Hughes starts 22nd. Starting 21st on the outside of row number 7. Car number 65 from Hayesville, Kansas. It's Hollywood, Tyler Davis. Starting 20th out of Chatfield, Minnesota. He drives the Kevco Racing Products number 21. This is Jacob Blees. And starting 19th to the inside of row number 8. Driving the 712 out of Salina, Oklahoma. It's the kid, Trevor Hughes. Starting on the outside of row number 6. From Emporia, Kansas, car number 5 is Reese Solander. In the middle, starting 17th, the 10B out of Wichita, Kansas. It's the Cookie Monster, Brandon Givens. To the inside of row number 6, out of El Paso, Texas, the 65X is Carlos Amata Jr. Outside of row number 5, from Mooresville, North Carolina, car number 8, the high side tickler, Kyle Strickler. In the middle, out of Muskogee, Oklahoma, the number 88, starting 14th, is Chad Wheeler. To the inside of row number 5, from Altus, Oklahoma, the 15WX is Kel Westover. Outside of row number 4, from Rochester, Minnesota, the 2022 Series Champion and 2024 World of Outlaw Late Model Rookie of the Year. Behind the wheel of car number 19 is Dustin Sorensen. To the middle, out of Osage, Iowa, car number 25 is Smoke, Joe Chisholm. Inside of row number 4 out of Happy, Texas, a 5-time Series Champion. He's behind the wheel of car number 20. This is Rodney Sanders. Outside of row number 3, starting 9th, out of Winona, Minnesota, car number 95. He was Thursday night's third-place finisher. This is Keith Foss. In the middle of row number 3 from Anthony, New Mexico, the 2SS is Mark Smith. And to the inside of row number 3, from Robolade, Louisiana, the number 97, the Thriller, Cade Dillard. Your final 2 rows, starting on the outside of row number 2 from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Making his return to the modifieds here this weekend, the 2S is Stormy Scott. In the middle of that second row from Springfield, Missouri, the number 75, it's TP Terry Phillips. On the inside of row number 2, starting 4th, your defending B-Mod track champion. It's his rookie year in the modifieds. He qualified for the King of America here tonight. Out of Hermitage, Missouri, the 1B is Bobby Williams. And your final row, on the front row to the outside, your current series points leader, the 24C out of Osage, Iowa. He's called the Dominator. It's Jim Chisholm. In the middle of the front row out of Rushford, Minnesota, the number 15W, it's the Iceman, Alex Williamson. And on the pole, out of Wichita, Kansas, the 02 is Tanner Mullins. This is tonight's 26-car starting lineup for King of America 14. Lucas Oil Speedway, you wanted the best modifieds the country had to offer. We've got them stacked and starting 3 wide here tonight. This is King of America 14 at Lucas Oil Speedway. Lights out. Field going to come to green. Trenton, final thoughts before the King of America 14A main gets underway. All right, Field tightens up into turns 3 and 4. Mullins on the pole, off of turn 4. Here they come to the green flag. King of America 14 is underway. Everybody clean and green through turns 1 and 2. Solander dropped it off the top of the speedway at turns 1 and 2. Nearly drops to the back of the field, so he's going to have some work to do. Meanwhile, the leader of lap number 1's the 0-2 at Tanner Mullins. Problems at the top side of turn number 4. It's the 95 of Keith Foss. Yellow flag in the air. Foss looks like he got stopped before any major damage happened. We'll see if we can see just exactly how that happened here. Looked like he was aiming to the top part of the racetrack, racing the outside of Dustin Sorensen. Just, slipped up, and I fibbed there. He caught the wall hard with the right rear quarter panel of that race car, Trenton. That was heavy contact for the 95.
Man, it just sucks you in right there. It's one of the most unique characteristics about this racetrack. It's the shelf in both turns, and I have watched many dreams go die right exactly where Keith Foss was. And you just are pushing so hard right there as Keith Foss going to the Danny Crane Racing Engines hot pit. You see it on your screens right there at home. Those of you in attendance at the racetrack over in the Turn 3 Jumbotron, the crew going to work right there on the 95. But it will just bite you, and it comes up so quick, and it's right out of nowhere. And usually, Eric, there's no turning back from it once you get over the berm the initial time. Before you even get to the wall, you're just kind of along for the ride.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, my home racetrack, 81 Speedway, before it had a wall all the way around, it would kind of do the same thing. We had the benefit of not hitting a wall when we made that mistake, though. But you hang that right rear up on that flat or off the top of the racetrack, and it's just going to suck you on over. And like you said, Trenton, you're just along for the ride at that point.
And it's wider over in 1 and 2. The shelf's wider in 1 and 2 because that's the track exit road than it is over here in 3 and 4. But it's still very pronounced over on this side, too. Kind of hard to see from the grandstands, kind of hard to tell from home, but it's most certainly there.
Yeah, absolutely. And it, like you said, it has bit a lot of drivers over the years, as we did get one lap in, so the choose cone out on the front straightaway. Traditional double file restart now with the leader choosing his line. Everybody else chooses as well. Long way to go here in this one at 60 laps. And Trent, with a 60-lap A main, you really got to figure there's not anybody in this field that you can count out of this one. Somebody's got a good hot rod, even from the back of the field. They pick some guys off, maybe catch a couple of cautions just right, and this is anybody's ball game here tonight.
Man, it really is. And I know sometimes we make picks, sometimes we don't. I was going to have a hard time tonight if we did, because I don't really have a strong feeling one way or another about anybody, and that just speaks volumes about the quality of the field front to back.
No doubt whatsoever, as the field sees the yellow lights go out. The G-Style Energy Services caution flag out. Gorsuch Performance Solutions green flag in the air. King of America 14 backing away into turns 1 and 2. And good launch for the one of Bobby Williams. He drives out from beside the 75 of Terry Phillips, trying to go see if he can chase down your leaders. Jim Chisholm, though, leads at lap number 1 in the 24C. Off the top part of the racetrack, there's Tanner Mullins trying to come back after Jim. Side by side into turns 3 and 4. Jim right through the middle. Mullins up off the top part of the racetrack. Give it to Mullins in the 0-2. You know, it's funny you say some guys do like this racetrack, some guys don't. Mullins picked up his very first A-feature win with the United States Modified Touring Series right here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. He's had a good weekend tonight. He leads at the end of lap number 4, but if you talk to him in the pit area, Lucas Oil Speedway maybe not at the top of his list. Couldn't tell right now. Looks good out in front of the field. here with 5 down, 55 to go. Watching the battle on screen between Alex Williams and Dustin Sorensen and the 2S's Stormy Scott. That's for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Now a little bit further in front of him, Terry Phillips is coming back after the youngster Bobby Williams. Phillips seeing if he can take the brand new A-Mod driver to school just a little bit. Williams tiptoeing along the bottom part of the racetrack. Phillips up top. He'll take over the 3rd spot, this time by the line. Williams hanging tough with the veteran, though, down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Williams on the bottom, Phillips up top. Those two still side by side, tooth and nail, in a battle for the 3rd spot. A little bit further back, 3 cars still duking it out for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Williamson, Sorensen, Stormy Scott still haven't settled that one out. Williamson now going to edge ahead by 2 car lengths, down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. That's all taking place right behind Cade Dillard. Dillard might be starting to reel in the one of Bobby Williams. Terry Phillips got back by the 1B as well. So Williams right now running 4th. Dillard all over the backside, though. Down into turns 1 and 2. You see Dillard tiptoeing around the bottom of the racetrack. Oh, going to shoulder the 1B of Bobby Williams out of the way. Excuse me, young man. I've got places to go, people to see, and things to do. Bobby Williams, sorry, my apologies. I'll scoot out over, let you have a little bit of room, but still going to try to hang tough to the right side of the 97. A little bit further back in the field, Rodney Sanders working in the 9th spot. He's been a model of consistency last year outside of a blown tire, taking him out of contention last night. In the top 10, see if he can do anything before this one's over. And back up front, 2nd place running Jim Chisholm. 3rd place Terry Phillips by the line, 12 in, 48 laps to go. It's all Tanner Mullins right now, absolutely putting a whooping on him in the early goings of this one. 2.6 seconds the lead for the 0-2. Chisholm, Phillips, Cade Dillard, and Bobby Williams right now your top 5. Alex Williamson wants a part of the action. He's way up top off of turn number 2. Behind him, Rodney Sanders blast by the 2S of Stormy Scott. He'll take the 8th spot away. Sorensen, the next man on his list, working the middle part of the racetrack off of turn number 4. Jim Chisholm off the bottom of turn number 2 had Terry Phillips right on his heels, but Phillips lost a little bit of grip, and now Cade Dillard looking to pounce in turns 3 and 4. That forces Terry to the top of the racetrack. Terry gets a good run, though. Those two still side by side back into turns 1 and 2. Chisholm just in front of him. Everybody still chasing the 0-2 of Mullins out in front of this one in a big, big way right now. He's going to complete lap 16 this time by 44 to go. Three cars, now 4 cars on your screen. You're watching Jim Chisholm. He's in 2nd, Dillard 3rd, Phillips 4th as they battle on the racetrack right now. Chisholm off the bottom of the speedway, holding the 97 at bay. Phillips, a good run off the top part of the racetrack, back into turns 1 and 2. Bobby Williams still riding in the 6th spot. He's going to have to deal with Rodney Sanders, though, as Sanders has gotten by the 19 of Dustin Sorensen. Now Sanders way up top. Williams on the bottom. Battle for the 7th and 8th spot coming up. Bulletproof Tees dual view on your screen at home. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th on the left side. Your leader, Tanner Mullins, on the right side, and that's important because Tanner Mullins very quickly going to be in lap traffic as the back of the field looms. 4 car lengths, 5 car lengths behind the 99 Ella Stephen Lavasser is the 0-2 of Tanner Mullins. Mullins working the top part of the racetrack. We'll see once he gets into traffic if that slows him down and anybody else can catch him, or if Tanner Mullins is just going to look to run away and hide. Terry Phillips has gotten by the 24 Chisholm now. So Phillips on the top part of the racetrack. Chisholm through the middle in 3rd. He's still being pressured by the 97 of Dillard and the 15 of Williamson. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's all under heavy protest as the field of cars works its way off of turn 4. You're watching Mullins at home. He's working over traffic. Steve Lavasser, the first man to go a lap down. Mullins still about a straightaway out in front of 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Terry Phillips starting to run away from those 3, though. As you're looking at third, fourth, and fifth on your screen, that's Chisholm, Dillard, and Williamson. Williamson now getting sporty, trying to race alongside the World of Outlaw late model regular. Moonlighting in the modifieds here this weekend. Williamson says, I drive these modifieds every weekend. I know a thing or two about a thing or two. Had to shut it down, though, as Chisholm grabbed the top line of the racetrack. Didn't want to get in the back of the 24C, so trying to play the patience game here is Chisholm still working out in front of the 97 of Dillard. There's Rodney Sanders in the picture as well. Yellow comes out. G-Style Energy Services caution flag out for the 99L of Steve Lavasser just as we were working past lap number 20, 23 in the books. So we'll have 37 to go when we come back to green. Lavasser was the first man to go a lap down. He draws the G-Style Energy Services caution flag. Trenton, so far, I tell you what, for a guy that claims that he doesn't really care for the Lucas Oil Speedway that much, Tanner Mullins not showing it here tonight.
Man, and Eric, I know you're going to agree with this. One of the things we've seen so far this year is Tanner's been fast a lot of different places, a lot of different track conditions. His car's been really good, and so I'm not surprised at all to see him running right exactly where he is right now. I think he's probably, even though this is going to get him out of lap traffic, as good as he was rolling, I would have assumed he probably would have rather that thing stayed green, though.
Yeah, to a certain degree, when you're that good and you can get into traffic, if you can get through traffic, a lot of times it's to your advantage. You can put some cars in between you and really start to go run away and just hide off in the weeds. But he's not going to be able to do that now. Terry Phillips, his car looks like it's gotten better and better every lap. We'll see what they do on the choose cone. There's the drone view. Mullins going to go to the inside. Phillips out. Chisholm in. Dillard and Williamson both out. Sanders will go in. Sorensen as well. And I'm not going to try to keep up from there, but you can watch them on your screen at home. Well, nobody hit the choose cone here tonight, at least on the first restart, so that's good. So again, 23 laps down, 27 to go. Tanner Mullins has led from the drop of the green flag. It's been a heavy contest from second on back. Some guys have definitely been on the move. We'll check our positions gained leaderboard. How about Tyler Davis so far? Plus 26. He's our hard charger at this point. Dustin Sorensen plus 5. Rodney Sanders, Carlos Amado Jr., and Reese Solander all plus 4 since the drop of the green flag. Solander, though, that doesn't tell the whole story. He dropped nearly to the back of the field, and he's already up towards the middle of the field. This caution could be a good timing for him. Solander 14th after dropping nearly to the tail end of the field on lap number 1. Green flag back out. We'll see what they do with it off of turn 2. Tanner Mullins back out front in car 02. Mullins still really good on the top part of the racetrack. Chisholm trying to fight the 75 of Phillips once again. The 97 of Kate Dillard right there. Dillard nearly puts it off the top of the racetrack. Had to jam the brakes. That allows Phillips and Chisholm to race away. Chisholm now going to slide up in front of TP. Terry Phillips tries to cut it to the left. Can't quite get there. So Chisholm now up to the second spot. Phillips says, no, thank you, son. I'm going to show you a thing or two. Slides up. Crosses the 24C, but Chisholm read it like a book, drove right back by him. Phillips going to try it again. Parks it on the top part of the racetrack. Chisholm turned left, got better momentum. He's going to race back out to the second spot. Now Phillips is going to have his hand full with the 97 of Kate Dillard. There's the 20 of Sanders and the 19 of Sorensen as well. All these guys battling, just continues to let the 02 of Tanner Mullins run away out in front of the field. Mullins down the front straightaway this time, 28 in. 32 laps to go. 2 laps away from the halfway mark. And it's the Wichita, Kansas driver that continues to pace the field. We got a good 3-car battle for third, fourth, and fifth. Sorensen right there. He's working the bottom to middle part of the racetrack. He slides up in front of TP. So So TP was trying to take the fight to the youngster in the 24C. All of a sudden, he finds himself 3 spots further back, and now he's dealing with the 20 of Rodney Sanders as well. Sanders down to the bottom part of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. Phillips up top. Sorensen sliding up there. There's Dillard as well. Great racing here tonight at the Lucas Oil Speedway. A little bit further back, there's the 2SS of Smith, the 15 of Cale Westover. Those guys battling for about the final spot in the top 10. There's Stormy Scott as well. Cars all over the Lucas Oil Speedway right now, slicing and dicing. But Tanner Mullins out in front of the field says, see ya. I'm going to check out once again if you'll let me. 32 down, 28 to go. Out in front by 2.2 seconds. Mullins once again marching around the top part of the racetrack. You're watching the 24C of Jim Chisholm, the 97 of Cade Dillard as well. The new assistant manager of the Lucas Oil Speedway, Casey Schumann to my right, watching at what's going on. Open wheeled driver, raced a lot of non-wing midgets and sprint cars. Likes what he sees thus far here tonight with the modifieds here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. There's Dustin Sorensen, Terry Phillips, and Rodney Sanders once again, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Now on your screen, back to that battle between Cade Dillard and the 24C of Jim Chisholm. Chisholm has the 97 on the backside. Dillard reeling him in. Slowly but surely going to try to take the fight to the 24C. 36 laps down, 24 to go. That time by the line. Tanner Mullins just clicking them away here. We'll go ahead and give you a field rundown real quick. It's Tanner Mullins, Jim Chisholm, Cade Dillard, Dustin Sorensen, and Terry Phillips, your top 5. Rodney Sanders currently pestering Phillips for a spot in that top 5. Sanders 6th, Bobby Williams 7th, Alex Williamson 8th, Mark Smith 9th, and Stormy Scott rounds out the top 10. As they run right now, Westover just took over 10th, so Stormy Scott back to 11th, Carlos Amado Jr. 12th, Reese Solander 13th, Kyle Strickler 14th, and Tyler Davison 15th. Jacob Blease, Trevor Hughes, Brandon Givens, Joe Chisholm, and Joe Duvall round out the top 20. Jason Hughes, Chad Wheeler, Jake O'Neill, Kyle Brown, Henry Chambers, Steve Levasseur, Dalton Till, and Keith Foss, the balance of the field. That comes just about the lap 40 mark. Working lap 39 right now. 39 down, 21 laps to go, 20 to go. Just a third of the race left to go. The next time by the flag stand, your leader, Tanner Mullins, works his way off a turn at number 4. Terry Phillips, Rodney Sanders still locked in a battle for the 5th spot. Sanders wants it. Phillips has it. That time by the line, it's still Terry Phillips in car 75 working the top part of the racetrack. Sanders, though, likes what he feels on the bottom. Going to edge ahead down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Through the middle part of the racetrack, grabs that moisture that was laid down right there, but Phillips is better off the top that time, so Phillips goes back into the 5th spot. Sanders 6th, Bobby Williams in 7th. Mullins starting to navigate traffic once again. One of his customers, Henry Chambers in the 17, the first car on the docket. Mullins gets to the outside of Chambers into turns 1 and 2. The youngster going to give Mullins plenty of room down the back straightaway. He knows the boss man is there now as Mullins has rolled by, but Cade Dillard is closing. 2.2 seconds the last time by. We'll check it this time by the line. 1.8 seconds, so 0.4 of a second gone for the 0-2 of Tanner Mullins with 17 left, and now we have a yellow flag off the top of turn number 4. Kyle Strickler slow. Going to bring us to a G-Style Energy Services caution flag, and this could change everything.
Eric, I was looking, I can't see from there, but was it the right rear for Strickler flat?
Yes, right rear flat tire for the 8 of Kyle Strickler. He's going to visit the Denny Crane Racing Engines hot pit area. All right, Trenton. Tanner Mullins has led all 43 circuits thus far. He's going to have control of the restart choice of lane, but Cade Dillard was closing. Had knocked off over half a second the last couple of laps. Where do you think we're at right now on this restart?
Man, so a couple of things. Obviously, it's a lot easier for Cade to run in second and conserve equipment and decide, you know, if his car's as good as we probably all think it is, decide how hard he wants to push and where he wants that gap to be based on where we're at in the race. The second part, it's going to be Tanner's restart to get started. So Tanner's got something working in his favor, and I think Cade's probably got something else that probably has worked in his favor to this point. And where the chess match is on, as we see him there just a second ago, back over in the Danny Crane Racing Engines hot pit. I don't really know, to be honest, Eric. There's so many things at play, and Jim Chisholm's going to be right there, and Sorensen, and I mean, this is just absolutely, in a dirt modified race, everything that you could ask for. Man, this thing's so loaded right here at the top. It's unreal, honestly. The field's been super impressive this weekend, and to see all these guys right up here at the front mixing it up with so much money on the line is just crazy.
Yeah, no doubt, and definitely a chess match being played because, again, both race car drivers largely same situation as last night. Both of your front runners largely living on top of the racetrack. The leader actually chose the inside line, so he gives the second-place driver the outside and preferred line. But if you can get a good enough start, you can beat him into one and take control. We'll see what happens here off of turn 4. Tanner Mullins, slide for life to protect. Cade Dillard reads it, turns underneath, and there's Chisholm as well with 3 wide for the lead. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Chisholm and Dillard going to slide up. Dillard grabs the lead off of turn number 4 in 97. Tanner Mullins now going to hit the top part of the racetrack, desperately trying to work his way back out front. Not going to happen. Dillard's your new leader. Jim Chisholm in second, Tanner Mullins third. Sorensen fourth. Fifth is a battle between Bobby Williams and the 20 of Rodney Sanders. How about a tip of the cap to the young man who's your defending BMOD track champion here. His 5th ever race behind the wheel of a modified, and he's running top 5 in a $20,000 to win King of America race here tonight. Absolutely phenomenal performance, however it ends up for Bobby Williams. 12 laps to go, that time by the line. Bobby Williams still battling the 20 of Rodney Sanders. Now we got a little bit further back. We were nearly 4 wide for a moment as Alex Williamson nearly slipped off the top of the racetrack. Right behind the 15 of Kel Westover, there's Joe Chisholm as well. Back up to that battle between Sanders, Bobby Williams, and the 19 of Sorensen. Williams, he's not satisfied with just a top 5. He's 4th, now looking for a top 3. Bobby Williams off the bottom of turn 4. How about a podium position, young man? 10 laps to go for Bobby Williams in the 1B. What a performance for him tonight as Cade Dillard continues to lead out in front. Chisholm still second. Bobby Williams third. 4th is the 0-2 of Mullins. Sorensen now 5th with Sanders hot on his heels for 6th. There's Stormy Scott, the 75 of Terry Phillips battling for 7th and 8th. Those two into turns 3 and 4. Scott dials up the bottom of the racetrack. Phillips sticking to the top side like he has a majority of the race. Scott, though, better on the racetrack last night. We saw it might be migrating back to the bottom. You wonder if that's what's happening now. Bobby Williams in that 3rd spot, rolling the bottom of the racetrack. Comes off of turn number 4 this time. 8 laps to go. Here's a bad look at Joe Chisholm trying to work over the 75 of Terry Phillips. Those two right now running in the 8th and 9th spot. Carlos Amata Jr. in 10th. Right behind Joe Chisholm is Chisholm trying to see if he can sneak by the 75 of Terry Phillips. Your leader, Cade Dillard, on screen. Slides through the middle part of the racetrack, grabs the moisture up top, going to launch off of turn 4 down the front straightaway. 6 laps to go this time. That battle got interesting. Terry Phillips and Joe Chisholm throwing the elbows up. Amata Jr. in there as well. 3 cars right now racing for 8th, 9th, and 10th. That's on your screen. On the right-hand side, the left-hand side, you're watching your leader, Cade Dillard. Dillard down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4 for the trying to claim a $20,000 payday. Comes to the 5 to go signal that time by. It's Dillard, Chisholm, Bobby Williams in 3rd. Sorensen 4th. Mullins back to 5th. Sanders still in 6th. This time by the flag stand. 2 laps to go for Cade Dillard in 97. Off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Chisholm is closing. White flag in the air. The Hochatown Saloon. Last call. Time to belly up to the bar if you're the 97 of Cade Dillard, because 20,000 big ones are on the line. Chisholm, though, closes to within a car length and a half down the back straightaway. Final dive to turns 3 and 4. Chisholm's close, but not close enough. King of America 14. It's the thriller. Cade Dillard here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway. Jim Chisholm finishes 2nd. How about that performance from Bobby Williams in the 1B for 3rd? 4th is Dustin Sorensen, and Tanner Mullins hangs on to a top 5. Rodney Sanders 6th, 7th was Stormy Scott, 8th was the 65X of Carlos Amata Jr., 9th Joe Chisholm, and rounding out the top 10 was the 75 of Terry Phillips. I'll tell you what, Trent, I know we're not doing Victory Lane interviews until after all of tonight's events are over, but I'm going to tell you what, Cade Dillard obviously going to be thrilled with that victory. He's going to be one looking forward to Victory Lane, but I can't wait till you have an opportunity to talk to Bobby Williams as well. I can't say enough about his performance this weekend.
Man, and I don't want to slide Jim Chisholm as well. I want to talk about both of them. That's Cade's first ever King of America win. He came here as one that he wanted to cross off his list of accomplishments, and he's now done that. Jim Chisholm has been the standard for dirt modified racing here for the past year, and he's not dominated and walked away from every single race, but he has been a model of consistency, and you can't argue